Ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between, give a big round of applause for Liron. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm not in the BA department. But, might as well. Already here. Now I am pleased to announce that the next following names will be the cast for Vestige 2025.
Hello, I'm Robert Esau, and I voice Avenir in Vestige. He is a mythical level douchebag, but it's incredibly fun to play him. It's difficult to not form a smile when you're saying all that he says. His obsession with legacy, with eternality, and with a greatness that everyone else needs to bow down to does feel like it's interesting because it speaks both to something that can be very personal to some people as someone who in their past didn't was not seen, did not feel seen, felt insignificant and hated it, and also the very kind of incredibly human condition of just wondering about the end, what comes after, what you'll leave behind. I think there's a lot of human elements behind him, even if he is such a monumental asshat. Morals are currency for the powerless. I deal in legacy, in permanence. Now, unfortunately for you, I don't recall offering you a seat at the table.
Hi, my name is Elijah James, aka Tomo VA, and I voiced Kosaki in Vestige 1925. Let's see here. What do I think about my character? I think my character is he's just a chill guy. He's a little guy, he's just deeply grounded, very down to earth, but arrogant enough and edgy enough to just, try and stab you. I think Kosaki is, well, like I said, he's a chill guy, but I'd say he's like Sasuke Uchiha if you added a little bit more money, gave him a mansion, and then added a few siblings that were still alive and kicking. If I'm gonna recite a line, I'd say, give me something not too strong and not too weak. And I guess, that's it for me.
Hello, my name is Mason Campbell, and I voice Ember in Vestige. I like how despite how young, awkward, and soft-spoken he is, he's still able to take charge and be a leader. I think that's really cool. Since I'm on the cusp of adulthood, I have all that teenage stuff fresh on my mind, so immediately I just knew how to inject some of that teenage soul into the character, and it was just natural. I don't know why, but I feel like there's more than just family issues here. I just can't shake off the feeling.
Hello, my name is Kizera, and I voice Tappy in Vestige. I think Tappy is a bit of an interesting character, don't you think? Because you look at him and see a man and think you'll have him all figured out, and then when you really start to get to know him, you're gonna sit there and go, wait a minute. Tappy is a man where you think you know how deep the pool is. You think you have it all figured out. You think it's only 5 meters deep. And then you dive in and realize it's not 5 meters deep. It's 500 meters deep. And now you're wondering, how deep does it go? And what lies beneath all that dark, desolate water? What secrets are held? Who knows? This is one heck of a scene. Not to worry though, you have me.
Hello, my name is Eludis and I voice Luci in Vestige. First of all, the fonts have some heavy trauma. but that sets up room for growth, so I'm looking forward to it, especially from Luci's perspective, because to me, she's still connected to everyone else's perspectives. Well, it's interesting that it's harder for her to feel than to act like she's feeling. Seeing how she is with children, though, I wonder if she actually can still feel, but that she's just gotten so used to not letting everything reach the surface that it seems like she can't. You deserve to feel. You deserve to cry and scream and be without asking permission.
Hello everybody! My name is Didi, and I voice Lara in Vestige. It is an absolute pleasure to meet you all. Well, to me, I think Lara is a very grounded and comforting character. She's someone you can go to in a time of need and receive care and reassurance, even if you weren't expecting it. Maybe she'll even throw a drink your way. On the house. Well, I can't say much. I will say, you'll always be wondering in the back of your mind just how much she knows. But you don't have to worry about me. I'm just here to get the job done. Is there anything I can get you? For most of my life, I found it easier to stand idly by than to get in the way of violent folks. Why save someone's life when your own is at risk? So, I'll tell you this only once. Digging deeper into that rabbit hole will only lead to your inevitable demise. You're better off watching everything unfold and waiting for the gates to open than to personally investigate this entire manor. Trust me, this is not a place for a curious cat.
Hello, my name is Lara, and I voice Addison in Vestige. I think Addison is a woman of strength and resilience. The way her character was written when it comes to doubting herself and realizing that she is more than just a requirement shows how she can be strong yet vulnerable at the same time. Especially, she has so much weight on her shoulders to carry on her family's legacy. Well, since she was born in a wealthy family, I thought she would speak formal or have the tone of formality, but then I realized a woman who has to carry on her family's legacy and that pressure as well by marrying another wealthy man, she is wary, firm. She speaks from the heart. So I give her voice something firm yet light. I wonder if my only purpose is to be married to a man with a wealthy family, rather than marrying the right person for me. I wonder if I'm more than just a woman, not a requirement.
Hi, my name is Mercy and I voice Yuri in Vestige. So, I really like Yuri. She has this strong presence, like someone who's used to navigating high society, but she still has her own, her own thoughts and her own moral compass. There's a bit of elegance to her, which, you'd imagine from being part of high society, but she's not afraid to speak up when something feels strange or something feels off. I kind of like that mix of just poise and honesty that comes from her. So it really drives me into getting to, understand her character a bit more. From what I gathered, Yuri comes from a high-status family and is at this masquerade ball to secure some form of political alliance. She's definitely caught up in the whirlwind of, just the politics and all the other fun little bits and pieces here. She's someone that I imagine, grew up to be graceful and composed, but there's still a firmness to her. She's not entirely passive. She's naive, but she's someone that, is very strong-willed, which I find interesting. And this is kind of this metaphor of, this broken mask that kind of details just like her entanglement with the Font family, which I find interesting. Sir, I don't know if you know this, but this is a social event. None of what you're doing is social at all. If you can't put on decent clothes, you could at least act decently to make up for it.
Hello, my name is Chills, and I voice Vixen in Vestige. I think my character is mainly sweet, but also a caring, kind attitude. So I like her. So from what I've heard about Vixen, a little bit of information. She's a kid. A sweet, young, innocent kid. Not really innocent. She hates her dad. I don't know about you, but family issues.
You never once stepped up and be a father that I needed. To me, you'll always be just Avenir. He'll never be my father. And I will never be his daughter. I won't be like him. No way!
Hey, my name is Caleb Staker, and I voice Serif, Mischief, and Ashe in Vestige. Serif, to my extent of knowledge, is a keeper of time, some sort of eldritch being that freaking sees Ember doing his timey-wimey garbage and is like, can you, stop doing that? And I think that's cool. Out of the 3 voices that I have to do, his, in my head, is the most confusing to me because Mischief I got down pat because he's a goofball. And Ashe is like, I just listened to Ember's voice actor and then it's like, okay, I think I got a general gist of what you guys want. But I think they're chill. I think Serif's a chill guy. As for Mischief, Mischief is definitely my favorite out of the 3. Mischief and Ashe seem to be disciples of Serif. Judging by what I've had to do so far, Ashe doesn't seem too obedient, I guess, which makes sense judging by the guy's name. He's a freak and a goofball. I just like screaming and laughing as this dude. I really love this guy. And Ashe is very interesting to me. I can't tell if he's supposed to be Ember or if he's a representation of Ember. All I know is Ember is very core to figuring out this guy's vibe. Ember's quite interesting. He's very chill. He's very chill. I got no real hard stance on him.
Run. That's all you ever do, isn't it? Fleeing from what you've broken. As if distance could rewrite fate. I have watched you in every timeline. And in every single one, you fail. Predictably. Pathetically.
If truth were what you sought, you would simply witness it as I do. But no, you claw at the threads of reality, desperate to reshape what was. How repulsive. Even the idea sickens me.
What do we fight about again? I can't seem to remember. I fell off the stairs yesterday. In my memory, it's... Yeah.
The Fonts thank you for your cooperation.
The Fonts, thank you. for your cooperation.
The fonts, thank you for your cooperation.
Fonts, thank you for your cooperation.
The fonts, thank you for your cooperation.
The fonts, thank you for your cooperation.
The fonts 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 thank you for your cooperation. The fonts thank you for your cooperation.